How are you doing? Day 7.
We've
made it a week. We need
Get these people away from me.
we need today's lesson, don't we?
Oh yeah. Having a few more moments every day where
Every day, a little bit more.
That last nerve, and they're right on it.
I just be in the bathroom for 5 minutes?
Please.
Without.
Mom.
Hey, Mom, can I eat that thing? You can eat whatever you want. Oh my gosh.
I don't care if it's the last one on the planet.
I don't care. Eat it. Whatever.
So hopefully
So today's
we
cloud.
have tools.
Cloud of peace and calming. I don't think we have enough in a 5 ml bottle.
I'll put some more on.
I think today we've gone through the whole bottle. Maybe that'll be on our points order.
Right. In fact, I was saying right before we started, I'm like, I'm gonna put the stress weight back in my pocket and the peace and calming.
We're gonna double hit.
And for them. All right. Okay, so the intro is these people around us, and we only.
So we're supposed to manage our stress.
We only have control over what's going on inside. We don't have control over them. We occasionally like to think that we do,
but there are tools that can help the surroundings, and
yes.
that's what we're kind of getting at, is that a simple
I'm
oil
I put
blend.
It on my neck, and I'm like, I feel better.
Yeah, a simple oil blend
better.
can I mean, because it's aromatic, because it's an aromatherapy, going out there affecting the mood of the people around, of the whole environment. You're doing more than just self-care. Yeah, this is rescuing the whole family.
This is self-care.
It's just self-care so that I can care for them.
Okay, so our oil is peace and calming. And we have some pretty, comical stories, at least in my mind. It's like, how you remember things a certain way. And there was these times when our kids were little.
We would look at each other and go, did that really happen? Yeah. I mean, it was pretty impressive.
And those the old timey, the Looney Tunes cartoons, or Tom and Jerry, where they're like literally around the room.
Yeah.
Or like Scooby-Doo, where they're like tearing out like that.
Where they're just moving in the air before they actually go.
It's like that. We're like watching our kids. They're like, that's really happening in real life.
How did the cartoon?
How are they doing that?
People capture that.
So, we're like, this isn't going to end well. So we would put a drop in our hand of the peace and calming and just do that, and then like literally as they're like running by, because there's like if we had to catch them, it would be ugly. So as they're running by, like, whoo, right on their head.
Swipe their hair with like the peace and calming as they're running by. And it happened more than once. It didn't happen every single time. So I wasn't sure.
So there's not a guarantee.
I wasn't sure what the conditions were that would make this the perfect oil. But there were times when, like I said, we just swipe it as they're running by, and literally they would take 5 more steps and would stop, and then would start playing with toys. And
we're like, wow.
We're looking at them going, did that really work?
Right.
And so that's the origin story of how I'm talking about this and using this from a standpoint of, this is one of those oils that really does help the air around us. And
what I love about the premium starter kit is that we have probably easily you could put 5 of those 12 oils into the managed stress category. And so when we
which
first
is of
started,
course where essential oils really shine.
Right. And also what we really need.
Right.
So when we first started with Young Living 22 years ago, there was the Essential 7 kit, and Peace and Calming was in that, and I hated
there was this
it.
Repulsion.
Hated it. Get it away
one of those
from
anti-magnet things, and
So, and the lore at the time was like, oh, that means you really need it, which was probably true. I was a little bit stressed. But I'm like, oh, heck no, I'm not using that. So if you have that with any of the oils, you find one that you like and that you want to use. Like, there's no rule that says you have to, but some people love peace and calming. Now I'm like, I can be around peace and calming. I actually really like it. It's not my favorite,
but it grew on you.
Yeah, and I just put it on my neck.
That's
you watched
big.
me.
Yeah.
So, but our oldest son, it's his favorite, like, stress management tool. So he loved it, and he would put it on his hand and then swipe his pillow at night. So rather than having a diffuser going or something, which you could also do, you could diffuse it, but he would just put it on his pillow, and then he's sleeping next to it all night. So that's, really easy ways to do that. Also, you can make a spritzer or a linen spray and just spray it on your bed or spray it on the kid's bed.
You can do the hand diffuser, it's 1, 2, 3. This one comes out pretty quick. And spread and waft, maybe the Catholic, getting holy water.
Yeah.
Here you go. You smell that?
I know. I always want to give you the oil. Here, smell it.
Here, smell this.
Okay.
It's so nice.
So, okay. Our oil, we use it lots of different ways. Just get it on you, around them, and
them.
Right?
Those people.
And that's really kind of our skill for today, is to get out of that. I noticed that in myself, in the family, like, those people are driving me crazy. And so to kind of get out of that, like, oh, what can I do right in this moment to help myself? What can I do to help the situation? Because really all we have control over is self.
that us and them thought process actually puts a barrier. It is not. I talked earlier in the video this morning about communication. You have to communicate, and what that us and them mentality does is puts a wedge in the communication, and so that's not helpful. And practicing the all us. And we're all in this together. We're all helping.
Right.
What can I do to help all of us?
Social media, I've noticed that kind of those people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Those people are messing it up, and that doesn't help us, right? It doesn't help us in the long term. It doesn't help us to build relationships, to communicate with them, and it's certainly not helping our personal situation. So
I can't control what anyone else does,
right? And we really don't want the state to come in and do that level of control, right? So let's take control of our own selves and do the things that we can do, and let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, really.
Peace and calming.
Peace and calming.
Yes. All right. So connections for the wellness strategy, we're talking about managing stress. That's the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we take it into the 4 essentials for life, Peter talked about using breath as a great way to intervene and bring your consciousness in, is rather than react, that we can just one breath, similar to the concept of counting to 10. I choose to react in a different way. And
well, my family knows that when I'm breathing noticeably, then I'm barely holding it together
maybe
here.
We should give Dad some space.
Yeah, back off of Dad for the moment.
I tell my kids, if you keep going in that direction, grumpy mama is going to show up, and I really don't want to be grumpy mama right now, so I need some space.
So that is really all about communication. And if the oils help give you that pause, if a breath, if an intervention, an oil intervention, breath intervention, thought intervention gives you enough of a pause to be able to communicate effectively, that's the answer. That's the skill we're talking about here in the context of this.
So the 4 essentials of life, using air, and then love
Air
yourself,
and
love the people around you. And then from the body system perspective, we kind of ran into this again with Stress Away, where stress kind of goes through all the different body systems. So there's not a particular one. So I'm going to refer you to our playlist on the therapeutic breath, where we pulled the different breathing exercises out of all of the months. And so you might find something that's helpful for you. And I put one of them in the blog post.
And I think that the nervous system, the information in the nervous system section and in the hormone section, and also a little bit in the reproductive system.
So because the hormones are in both the reproductive system and the endocrine system.
I'm not saying you should watch all 40 videos associated with those three systems, but what I'm saying is that
Context.
there are things that are addressed in the While Wellness program along those lines.
Okay, well, hang in there. Use
Another
your
week
oils.
coming up.
Use your oils 1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 moment at a time, and we can make this moment a brighter place for us to be in.
Looking forward to next week.